do a video on my American flag swipe technique, so that's what we're going to do today. So the first thing you want to make sure you have is a canvas, small, large, doesn't matter. This one I haven't used yet, so it's nice and fresh. I want to make sure that my canvas is level. I have a refrigerator level, any kind of level will work. I set it on my canvas and I just make sure that the bubble is in the middle. You don't have to use this, but I do. It helps me get it level. The next thing I have, my paints are already pre-mixed. I have a brilliant blue from Artist Loft, a brilliant red, and then a black and a white. In these bottles I have water, paint, and American Floetrol, which looks like that. The American Floetrol and the paint is about 50-50, and then the water is just to get it to the right consistency. So I don't have any silicone in any of these bottles, but I will add silicone in the black. I'll put it in a separate cup and put silicone in it, because if you put it in this bottle, then anytime you use this black paint in any painting, you will have silicone in it. So besides those ingredients, the last thing will be your swipe material. I use a damp paper towel, just a roll of paper towels. I'll take one off, I'll get it wet, and then I'm gonna drag it across the canvas. So let's check it out. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of lay out my flag. I know I have a square canvas and the flag should probably be rectangular, but this is all I've got. So I always have to look it up before I start, but it's top red, and then there'll be a white one, then there will be a red stripe, and there will be a white stripe. There's a total of 4 red stripes in the top half of the flag. And again, I've had to look this up a couple of times. Yes, I live in Maryland. But you always want to get it right, because people will critique you, as you guys know. So I'm just laying out the rough flag shape here. And obviously it doesn't have to be perfect. You can move the paint around. And then there are 3 red at the bottom. 1. Sometimes your Floetrol has clumps in it. Be sure to get those out. It's okay if they land on your canvas. Just make sure to get them out before you finish. Some Floetrol has been worse than others here lately. Okay. There. Okay, so I will go through and pop my air bubbles. You can do it at the end, you can do it at the beginning, but I see a bunch here now. So I will pop that. And I'm gonna speed this up a little bit just so you guys don't have to sit here and watch me do this. I don't like my videos being super long. Okay, so all my air bubbles are popped here. The last thing I'm going to do is the blue. This is Brilliant Blue. Again, all my paints are Artist Loft. They're level 1. They're nothing super expensive. I've done a lot of painting, and I still use some Artist Loft paints. So if you're just starting out, you're starting out with some good paints. There's nothing wrong with them, just because they're not super expensive. They do a good job for a lot of different things. So I'm going to add just a little bit of white, just drops, kind of to make it seem like there's some kind of like stars in there. Clearly there's no pattern. I've never done a pattern. It works just fine without it. And then what most people like is the fact that I start with the black and it drags across the rest of the colors. I had a couple canvases where I didn't do that. I would swipe across the blue, pick it up, and do another one. And those didn't sell as well. So people kind of like the all fluid motion. So what I'm going to do here is I've got my black. I'm going to put, I really don't need that much, just a little bit in a little cup. And then I'm going to add, I use coconut milk hair serum from Walmart. Nothing special. Any kind of oil will work. This is just what I've used since the time I started, and it's worked pretty well. So why fix something that's not broken? I put about 3 or 4 drops in my cup, and then I'll stir. Okay, as you can see, I've got most of the canvas covered with paint. I've found that if you leave little openings of canvas, that's not too bad. But if you leave like a really big section and don't have it covered, you may not get it covered when you swipe, and then it's kind of obvious when you go back through and try to fill it in. So I try to get most of my canvas covered. I will pour my swipe color here along the edge. And it's okay if it's not perfect. This is a pretty easy part to doctor. I'll save a little bit in my cup just in case I need it. I've already got my wet paper towels. I wetted them and then I wrung them out. It might only take one, but because it's going to take the whole thing, I'm probably going to use two. My goal is going to be, and right here, see where I don't have blue here? That's going to probably be a problem. Just because I've done this before, I'm probably going to take my blue and just try to get it over the edge here. Otherwise, it might be hard to cover later. So I'm going to take my paper towel. I'm going to rest it in the black. And I can see it on the edge here. You guys might not be able to see it too well. And I'm going to drag it. I kind of do a sway pattern and let it roll off the edge. Alright, so that's the first one. Looks great, love it. I always love my flags. So does everybody else. I don't have any flags actually to show you guys because they all sold. So I am here just touching up this corner, making sure that I've got it completely covered in paint. Like I said, just trying to save myself some headaches later. And I'm going to do this second swipe here. It's okay if you overlap a little bit. You can cover it. Now one mistake I just made is the corner of my towel. There we go. I'm going to make sure that your whole towel is down in the paint. Drag, drag, drag. Oop. And let it roll off the edge. So this is kind of where we're at. I don't like that my canvas is showing through right here, so I'll probably add just a little bit of the black. Not a whole lot. Some people don't like how dark it looks, so you could totally swipe in a white. I've done that before, but the white just kind of gets lost in the rest of it. But if you don't want the black, that's totally an option. I've never swiped with like a pink or a purple, but that would be kind of cool too if someone likes different colors. So I'm just trying to touch up the edge here. Maybe it kind of looks like a flagpole to some people. I'm not really sure, but I could go through and swipe again right here, but I kind of like it the way it looks. I'll bring you guys in for a close-up after I torch it. Try to pop any other bubbles. It'll bring any cells to the surface. And then I'll go around to the edge and touch up real quick. I might add some black right here in this corner. It's pretty dark up there on the blue, which I really like it, don't get me wrong.